courtroom before we allow them back in here, but we can't fix that now. The question is you and your attorneys have the opportunity at this time, if you would like, to ask the court for a mistrial in the case, to ask the court if the court would question the jurors as to whether, one, they reviewed anything in that book, if they looked at anything in that book, whether they discussed anything contained in that book, whether they utilized that book at all in their discussions or deliberations without discussing what their deliberations were about it. You have that right to ask us to do that at this point, and I will certainly do that if you ask me to. The question becomes, the attorney doesn't want to do that now, and I guess it's advised you not to do that now and wait and play it out and see what the jury comes back with. And if it comes back bad, for you to ask the court at that point for a mistrial and to question the jurors at that point. I'm not inclined to do that, nor will I do that at this point, because I think that's not the appropriate procedure. And I think by not asking for it now, the questioning or the mistrial motion, you stand a possibility of having waived that right as an issue on appeal, if you were to lose, to waive the decision as to how to treat this issue as a issue of ineffective assistance of counsel in the event that you would lose this case and lose any appeal and would file any post-conviction motion saying that the reason you're in prison and got convicted is because your attorney misadvised you and was ineffective in representing you. You're aware of those scenarios. You've had a chance to discuss this with your attorneys, correct? Okay. You had a chance to discuss the fact of asking for a mistrial now versus waiting, right?
Yes.
And you've had a chance to ask about questioning the jurors now, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you heard them say they don't want to ask for a mistrial now. They don't want to question the jurors about the book at this point. They want to wait and see what happens with the jury. Right? You heard them ask that. Are you in agreement with that request by them?
Yes, I agree with it.
Okay. Anything else from the state that you think I should be asking? No? Okay. Thank you. You can have a seat. Ralph, line up, my jury.
Yes, sir.
Since it's 9:30 Mountain Time, it's about on time. If today they were to ask to watch the video, I guess my suggestion would be that I tell them that they can watch it today, in the presence of all of us, and then retire back to their jury room for further deliberations.
Okay. Yes, Judge. That was our original request.
I still got the Murphy's Law sign on here. Yeah.
There's a question as a practical matter.
Okay.
If they don't reach a verdict today and they want to come back, are they coming back tomorrow or Monday?
Monday. Monday. I had to make sure that last night to get my last sentence. And I don't think any of the jurors that we had were ones that had plans over the weekend or flying out or cruising out on Monday either. I think we were all fine on, we're all fine for that if that happens to be the case. After we put them in there, we're going to adjourn, and then I've got an errand to run over lunchtime, and I'll be out of pocket while they order lunch and start deliberating for about an hour. So.
All right, but then they leave the building again. Leave the building, swap that.
All right, the jury, please.
Please put your cell phones on the table, please. Take a seat. County.
All right, let's see it, please. Members of my jury, welcome back. We have some things we have to discuss this morning that you don't need to know about at this point because they don't necessarily follow your deliberations at this point. I do want to ask you, though, whether or not you followed my instructions last night and made sure that you didn't watch, read, or listen to anything about this case, nor do any independent research or investigation on your own as it may relate to some of the issues that you had during your deliberations. Did everyone comply with my rules last night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else we need to address before we send them back in for their continued deliberations?
No, sir.
All right, if you will step back into the jury room.
All rise. Ladies and gentlemen, let me check the door inside to make sure it's open and locked for you.
And that there's nothing else in that room.
Okay, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
before you send them in, Ralph,
Yes,
go
Judge.
look the room over.
You okay, Judge?
Leftover gremlins from Halloween. All clear?
I checked the room before, but yes, it is all clear.
All right.
Ladies and
Get
gentlemen.
back in there, we'll each of the evidence, and you know, you got your notepads. And,
Yes, Judge. Yeah, yeah, you can touch the air conditioner, make it comfortable for you.
Was it hot in there?
Sometimes it's hot and sometimes.
You don't get much.
Really? All right. Anything else before we adjourn? Waiting for the word from the jury.
No.
All right, we are adjourned then.
Judge, you're having until 12:30?
Actually, it's going to be. I'm not going to be heading out of here until about noon. So they're not going to get to lunch until about noon. So it's going to be from about noon to 1. So any questions that might come up over lunch, we'll have to wait till I'm back at 1 o'clock.
Judge, have arrangements been made for them for lunch?
Yes.
Any question about that?
Yeah, Ralph is taking their lunch orders for Oklahoma Panel like we did yesterday. Yes. You can get my food, just no reading, sir.
You gotta be here, right?
Okay.